Dear friends in Jesus Christ, today the Holy Mother Church celebrates 31st Sunday in Ordinary Time. This morning, happy to see you all in the church, praying and celebrating Sunday Holy Mass. Friends, I start the homily with a little liturgical joke. Once, the children were having Sunday school, and the teacher preparing snacks, she put two tables. On one table, apples, on the other table, cookies. On the table where there were apples, the teacher put the note, "Take one, God watching." And other table, the teacher did not put any notes. So first comes a little girl. She read the note and take one apple. And she goes to other table. There was no note, and she liked cookies. So she wrote the note saying, "Take as many as you want. God is busy watching the apples." Well, friends, it's a joke, take it easy. We all like apples and cookies, and me too. Today, as we gather here as a family, we are reflecting on the homily series called Harvest Principle. Last weekend, Father Bird and me, we started this homily series. Welcome to the second week of this homily series on Harvest Principle. What is Harvest Principle? A principle refers to a fundamental truth. A principle is just a ground rule. It's a fact of life that works whether you like it or not. It is written into the law of nature. They say, "You reap what you sow." It's a basic principle of life that we get from agriculture and farming. You plant a seed in the ground, and if it receives the proper sunlight and rainfall, eventually you reap what you sow. So today, the harvest principle reminds us, you reap what you sow in your life. When we are learning about this harvest principle, the harvest principle reminds us two corollaries. We call two truths. What are these two truths we learn from this harvest principle? You reap what you sow, always later. And the second one, you reap what you sow, always greater. How? You reap what you sow, it's always later. You plant a seed, and you may not get the fruit immediately. It takes time. You get the fruit later. Sometimes it requires patience, sometimes vigilance. You reap what you sow, but it's later. That's why this principle is impossible for children to grasp, and it's very, very difficult for young people to appreciate. And yet, if you get this right when you are young, you put yourself at a tremendous advantage moving forward into your future. The second corollary, you reap what you sow, but it's always greater. Sowing and reaping effect multiplies over time. It multiplies in portion to the seed sown. You sow one seed, but slowly you harvest great fruits. So you reap what you sow, but always greater. Well, today, we want to look at one of the specific application of this principle, probably the most important application of all. The application of this principle when it comes to your character. Character, what's that? Everyone has a character. God gave it to you. You were born with one. One of the first things parents discover about their kids is their emerging character traits, because everybody born with a God-given character, and no character is good or bad to begin. It just is, at least initially, but over time, your thoughts, your feelings shape your actions and form your habits. Your actions becomes your habits. Your habits become your character. Your character becomes your destiny. So we need to check ourselves, our character, what kind of seed we are sowing. Some seed, if you sow like a seed of honesty in your life, over time you will become a honest person. If you sow the seed of love and kindness, you will become kind person, loving person eventually. We can find it in today's gospel. When we take this principle, today in the gospel, Beatitudes, we listen to Jesus. Jesus says, "Blessed are you, the poor." What does that mean? Surely poverty is not an aspirational value. But he is not talking about economic poverty. He is talking about poverty of spirit before God. A habit of the heart that acknowledge our need for God and the availability of divine assistance. In turn, Jesus promises the kingdom of God designed for those, just such people. And again, in the gospel, we listen, Jesus says, "Blessed are the peacemakers." He says, those who not merely live in peace with others, but also propose and promote peace among people. Such ones as these, Jesus promises, are mostly authentically named the children of God because they are reflecting God in His own work as Creator. As peacemakers, they are restoring the goodness and the harmony of creation. So, my friends, today as we come here to celebrate Mass, the harvest principle reminds us to check our character. If you sow the seed of kindness, you become a kind person in your life. If you sow the seed of honesty, you become the person of honest eventually. So today, as we come here to celebrate Mass, check ourselves about our character in our life. Grace and mercy always overcome everything. If we have something bad character, God is ready to help us. You are not defined by your past. You are not the total of your mistakes and your missteps. You are far more than that. Whatever it is that you have sowed and reaped yourself into, that can change because you can change. So today, let us ask God for the grace to take away the bad seed in our lives, the bad character. And also, let us continue and pray during this week that we may choose the good character, that we may produce good harvest in the future. Let us continue the same harvest principle in the coming weekends. During this time, keep in your prayer and ask God for the grace that God may help us to build a beautiful family and beautiful society. With all these intentions, let us celebrate the Holy Mass. God bless us all.